and we'll just wait for the first two picks. And then
Reserve time. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. Ready. 10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Dire team pick.
Ancient apparition.
Radiant team pick. Ten seconds
Did
remaining.
Berkeley do the intro? No, okay.
5 seconds remaining.
Invoker.
Radiant team pick. Ten seconds remaining. Dire team pick.
Hello everybody and welcome to League of Dota Season 3. My name is Bo, or Berkeley I should say, and joining me is Silk.
How's it going?
10 seconds remaining.
And Velvet.
Hi everyone.
And
5
we represent
seconds
4
remaining.
States Casting. Now today we got a big matchup between Ballsack Billionaires and Sexual Education.
Reserve time.
And this is a best of 1 elimination
Dire
round.
team
First
ban.
match of League of Dota Season 3, and whoever wins this moves on to the next round. So it's going to be high stakes, high match. And going straight into the picks and bans, we're looking at the AA picked up first for Ballsack Billionaires, and that really
10
really
seconds
popular support
remaining.
right now. You know, his ultimate who can
What?
that can hit a huge area,
5
stop the team
seconds
from reaching,
remaining.
is just a massive team fight advantage to your team. So Ballsack Billionaires picking him up nice and quickly, and the
Radiant
Invoker
team
picked up for
ban.
sexual education, and he is one of the highest pick / ban heroes. So the minute that he wasn't first up ban for Ballsack Billionaires, Sexual Education have snapped him up, and they're going to be running him mid. Now, most likely going to be a Quas Wex Invoker, although even
10
with the
seconds
Forge Spirit
remaining.
nerf, where the Exhort Invoker is still, being run every now and then. Visage is
Dire team
picked up
ban.
as the first tier, or first support, I should say, from Sexual Education. And the Visage, he's pretty decent early. He's got one of the highest nukes, the biggest nukes in the game at level 1. So we could see some first blood coming
Radiant
out
team
from
ban.
Sexual Education, depending on how they lane and who they're going to be pairing Visage with, because you really need to pair him with a stunner. And then finally the Weaver is the second pick for Ballsack Billionaires, and we're most likely going to be seeing him in a farming position. He might even
10
be put in the
seconds
off lane, but at the
remaining.
moment we're just going to have to wait and see with the rest of their picks
5
as to
seconds
where they're going to be
remaining.
laning. So what are you guys thinking of the band so far?
I very much like
Reserve time.
the Ballsack Billionaire bands. They're dealing with a lot of things that both Weaver can't deal with, and things that mess with Weaver. So, like, you know, Weaver already has such low base health, he can't afford to have that low armor, because, of course, the armor is based on a health percentage by how effective it is. If he's also had his armor reduced, he's very, very squishy. And the Doom and the Viper are two other ways of dealing with Viper's time lapse and just not allowing it to happen very well or efficiently. So I think they're really good bands, and I think you're right, we will see a bit of a carry Weaver here. They might put him in the off lane, but he's definitely going to be one of their carries.
Yeah, absolutely. And Death Prophet being picked up pretty soon from Ballsack Billionaire, pretty early, I should say. And she's obviously going to be the mid. A couple of ultis. Once she hits level 6, 2 ultis, and that mid tower is down. So looking at like an 8-minute tier 1 mid tower is going to be heading
10
down.
seconds
and the light
remaining.
picked up for that early push coming out from Sexual Education.
5 seconds remaining.
The great thing is both Invoker and Visage mesh really well with Lycan.
Reserve
you've got
time.
The Forge Spirits and you've got the Visage Familiars. All are going to be getting that bonus from the Lycan Howl.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I think we might even see an Exhort Invoker just to get those Forge Spirits up and take advantage of Lycan's bonus damage.
With that bonus damage, it would probably put them back to where they were pre-patch, and that was not nice. You could put them on a support and just watch the support melt.
You know what I'm waiting to see from Ballsack Billionaires?
Yeah?
An Earthshaker, because they're going minion-based right now.
That's true.
Because an Undying pickup, you know, those zombies, going to be just absolute death for Ballsack Billionaire, because, you know, getting that Howl and 10 to 15 bonus damage on those zombies with each hit.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, they're already dangerous enough. That's going to hurt.
5 seconds remaining.
I haven't even seen this coupling with the Lycan and the Undying, and people are starting now that Lycan has been buffed back up from his original nerf. People are starting to pick him up and starting to run the early game strats, which is so popular right now in the current meta. So Ballsack Billionaire's picking up Disruptor, and I really think they need an offlane or another carry.
10 seconds remaining.
Which means that they haven't even thought about the Earthshaker.
5 seconds remaining.
Oh, there we go. I just did a quick bit of research. The zombies aren't, unfortunately.
Reserve time.
They don't get the buff.
Okay.
There's a little bit of tricky wording in there by Valve. It's only player controlled, and technically the Tombstone isn't controlled by you because you can't shift it. You can't control the zombies from what they do.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough.
But it's still not nice.
No. And the final ban coming out from Sexual Education is the Naga Siren. So they're wanting to make sure that, you know, their carry potential is lessened. I think the OD was an interesting ban up after the Death Prophet choice.
Yeah.
Radiant team pick.
Just not something they want to deal with, I guess. I don't know. That is an unusual ban though at that stage.
Yeah. Now we could be seeing Lycan solo laning, and then seeing a Visage and Undying pairing up with someone. But we'll just have to wait and see, because the Lycan Wolves, since they're buff, Lycan can now actually jungle reasonably well. You know, not as great as some of the early
10
junglers,
seconds
but
remaining.
still can do it.
Absolutely.
So it'll just depend on this last pick. And the Mirana picked up from Sexual
Dire
Education.
team pick.
She's really, really versatile, and I think she's going to be in a would you say a 3 position or a 2? I would be thinking that Invoker would be in the 2 position.
Yeah, probably running Invoker in the 2. Personally, I would put Mirana in the 2 and Invoker in the 3, but that's not what anyone else has been doing lately. So
yeah,
I think
everyone seems to be loving their
that's
Invoker.
right.
10
that's
seconds
right. I think we'll be
remaining.
seeing a well looked after Invoker
5
over
seconds
a well looked after
remaining.
Mirana. And let's be honest, Mirana can do what she can do, even without money.
Reserve time.
She does a lot better with it though. Whew.
Ember Spirit. That's a bit of a left field pick coming out from Ballsack Billionaires.
Oh,
This could
I know
change things
why.
up a little bit. Yeah?
It's a good way to deal with all those Necromicons that are going to come out and all the minions without getting killed by killing them.
That's true, because Sleight of Fist makes him immune while he's doing it. Yeah, so he won't take the damage from killing off those necro units.
That's right, because when we
Prepare
had
for
that
battle.
with the Four States crew, we I was face as void with the Battle Fury, and I kept dying to Necromoncons just getting in the way.
Yeah, and it's just if you have any sort of cleave, and you're not invulnerable, then it just it's terrifying.
That's right.
All right, so coming out on the Radiant is Sex Ed, and going to the safe lane. It looks like Mirana's going to be in a farming position. Unfuck Dodo on the Mirana. We've got X-Pro wins on the Undying, and coming up the rear is the Visage, and Leon is going to be running the Visage. Heading over to mid, we've got S3. He's going to be on that Invoker. And then it looks like a solo off lane. He's going to be
30
Let Me
seconds
Fly
remaining.
on the Lycan. And Velvet, did you want to introduce the Dire?
Sure. So on the Ember Spirit, we've got Will the Thrill. Not sure if he's going mid or if he's going to be going top lane. Not really sure. Down in the jungle, down here, looking for a gank. We've got Trench Dondo on AA. We've got King.
King Saline.
Saline, yeah.
Heroes
On the
rode out to
Disruptor,
the
and
field
we've
of
got,
glory.
Slaps.
Slack on the Weaver. And down in mid, we have DCFC on
Whose
the
side
Death
was I
Prophet.
on again?
Right, we could see some engagement here because they're hanging around in the jungle a bit longer than most off lane or aggressive tri lanes. So I think they were really wanting to get the Visage or maybe even the Undying coming stumbling across them in the jungle.
Absolutely. They are ready though. We're seeing some Sentry Wards on that Undying already. They're not willing to cop any crap this lane.
So the Lycan versus the Ember Spirit, it's going to be solo lane versus solo lane here at top. And I think Will the Thrill, he should get the better of it, being that he is in the safe lane. But right now,
Down goes
First blood.
whoa,
Wow, that was very quick. So we got Visage putting the Grave Chill on the AA. Got a bit of a soul assumption. Not going to go anywhere though. So that was those Sentry Wards certainly paid off.
Yeah, definitely.
and just adjusting my camera stats. There we go. That's a bit smoother.
Oh, we've got
Trish
the
Dodo,
Sacred Arrow on
Jared.
the AA.
Massive not the Grave Chill, the Soul Assumption coming up from the Visage. It's just such a big nuke.
It is. The other thing I didn't spot when they initially got that arrow is that's actually a very high damage spell, and they've got very low health people.
Yeah, both the Disruptor and the AA so squishy. Even Weaver really squishy.
Yeah.
He's only sitting on a measly 492 health. So and he hasn't got his time lapse yet, so he's incredibly vulnerable right now.
Yeah.
Now Lycan's getting the better of this top lane here. This dual, mano a mano, with his wolves, extra damage and being able to harass Will the Thrill out from getting his last hits.
Oh, that was a
Looks
close
like
arrow
a-
bottom.
Looks like Invoker is going twice Wex rather than Exhort.
Yeah.
Too slow.
I guess if you can burn out that mana off the Weaver. Oh! Weaver nearly goes down again.
So close. That's 3-0. That's a great start for Sexed. A lot of
Yep.
XP going to that Mirana.
Yeah, if we actually look at the XP graph, they've got a almost 800 XP buff, 750 XP advantage at the moment on Sexed. And gold is 2,000 in the way of Sexed.
Wow, that's a massive difference already this early in
Yep.
the game. 2,000 gold. The top three in terms of net worth currently all on the side of the Radiant, all on Sexed.
Yep. Certainly pays off. It was a good call bringing those Sentry Wards into lane straight away, I think.
Yeah, some really, really early kills. And this tri-lane is so squishy and, you know, being aggressive as well. Like,
Yep.
being a defensive tri at this squishy is, you know, is bad enough, but trying to be aggressive at the same time. Now down goes the Undying Ward, and zombies smashing down. Sucker stunned out. Down here just to solve something. Well, still
Sagan
Guys
has
got it
been
ready and
eyeing
willing.
your mount all day.
Go, Grave Chill. Oh, he hasn't got enough mana.
Nice.
He's 20 mana short.
Denied.
That was a great example of not giving them an option. There was no way that Morano Arrow missed anyone
Radiant's
there.
middle
It had to
tower
hit
is
someone.
under attack.
They're picking really good times to engage in this lane.
Yeah, and looks like in terms of rune control, the DD's been bottled by Death Prophet, so she's going to be able to heal straight back up, get her mana back up to full to harass. Oh, down goes Lycan. So with Will the Thrill actually taking him out at top,
That was
he put on
impressive.
his cloak, flame guard, and just burn him down. Now Slat's taking a fair amount of harass here in the tri-lane,
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
and he's just having a
say
bad,
no.
or just a hard start to this game. He's taking so much harass and not being able to get many last hits. I mean, he's sitting on 3 last hits right now.
Oh, that was almost a death sentence.
So close. Shikuchi's just to avoid it.
So we've got a bit of a smoke gank happening in mid. Trying to get that Invoker.
Yeah. AA.
Maybe it's more a case of buying the Weaver some solo time to try and get a bit of an XP back up.
They might even be rotating all the way up to try and get a kill on Let Me Fly on the Lycan.
Who almost has his Vlads.
That's a pretty quick Vlad. Decent.
Invoker
Yeah.
might take out Death Prophet here,
Subs-
but he's diving. Yeah, he's gonna get Death Prophet.
more.
Death Prophet's gonna go down. No. Oh.
Right at the last second. He's really diving hard.
Yeah, she very nearly dropped there. That was
Dyer's
a good
middle tower
combination of
is under
EMP and
attack.
Cold Snap.
The bottle saved her life, that single charge that was left.
Yep.
Dyer's middle tower
And that
is
just
in
brings
the
it back
wrong
to
end
you
of
have to
business.
contest runes. Even if you don't have a bottle, you still have to contest the runes because otherwise they just have so much regen.
Yeah, and just free access to those runes it can just really help them for their in-lane staying power.
Exactly.
And the longer they stay in lane at mid, like mid is probably the highest, or easily the highest XP potential lane. So you need to stay in there as long as possible.
That's right. I think one of the things I've actually seen in mid done really well on some people in some of these tournaments is they'll at the 30-second mark they'll actually start pushing. So they'll right-click each creep twice and then go for the last hits. So that way the creeps are up here, up on the enemy's tower when they.
Weaver almost copped an arrow to the face and died. He is so low, sitting on 30 health right now.
Oh wow. Invoker's gone the Death Prophet. Oh, takes him down.
No end in sight.
Tapped his mana out, but managed to finish off the Death Prophet. And with a little bit of help from the Undying. And Undying's got a haste ring. He's heading top.
Oh, Lycan could be in trouble here. He is on the engage, but Invoker's coming. Oh, Lycan's got backup.
Dominating.
Dyer's
Yeah,
middle
it
tower
falls
is
from
under
the
attack.
Visage. Didn't steal the kill this time and let Oh, well, actually he did.
Dyer's top
It's very
tower
hard not to
isn't
with the
well
side.
at
He's
the
doing so
moment.
much damage.
Yeah, he's on 4 kills right now. 4 kills, 0 deaths, 1 assist.
Dyer's top tower is not
Great
on
start
top
off
of
to that
things.
high down the Visage. And he hasn't even got his
Dyer's top
familiars
tower
out.
has fallen.
If Leon proves to be a really, really
Dyer's
good
middle tower is
micro,
in the
that's
wrong
just gonna
end
be
of
even.
business. Dyer's
Yeah.
middle tower is
Even
lost.
more kill potential as soon as those familiars come out.
That's right, and they do so much damage already. That howl's just going to exacerbate that quite badly.
Yeah.
We've got AA
One
trying
of
to
the things that
jungle
I
here.
didn't Yeah, one of the things that I didn't realize is the Visage Familiars. You know, they deal a lot of damage initially, and then it sort of just fades down as
Yeah.
they attack.
That's right. You've got to be very careful. You can't be a lazy micro with Visage, otherwise you never have them actually doing damage when you want them to. Oh. That EMP is just eating people.
Yeah, and Death Prophet without her mana.
Yep.
Can't see then. Oh, God. So I keep saying Grave Chill, Soul Assumption.
Dire's middle tower is under fire.
They're gonna go for that Weaver just with the minions. He does have
Yeah, looks
Sakuchi.
like- oh dear. All he needed was just one right click from those familiars.
Yep. Oh, that was a quick bit of micro.
It's looking promising with his micro skills so
Yeah.
far.
Just managed to save the birds.
Now we see so many kills, like it's such a huge advantage to Sexed right now, starting off the game. You know, nine and a half
Dire's
minutes in,
bottom
and we're
tower is
looking
on its
at,
way further
6,000
down.
XP in advantage for Sexed, and
Dire has strengthened their
close
structures.
to 9,000.
Dire's bottom
gold.
tower is in
So
turmoil.
massive start to Sexed, and they're looking pretty strong, pretty happy right now. And the Death Prophet hasn't had a chance to really take out any early towers.
No, that's right. The one time she did ulti, the EMP cold snap came through. Just remember
Dire's
it.
middle tower is under
Yeah.
attack.
So the Invoker really helping to temper out this Death Prophet pick and not allow her to get her spirits up and get her levels and start making it, you know, life difficult for
Yep.
Sexed.
Oh, so we've got the medallion up on the Visage now, so that's just going to make things even worse.
Yeah, and while Vlad is up on the Lycan,
Dire's bottom tower is under
Oh.
attack.
sending him to Kinetic Field. Two supports here though, I don't think they're going to be able to kill him. Death Prophet
Dire's
and Ember
bottom
Spirit
tower
coming
is on its
down.
way further down.
Oh, Death Prophet could pop the ult just for this Lycan, but Lycan's so fast that
I don't think she'll
outrun
catch
his
him.
spirit. Yeah, I think that was a bit of a wasted ult there. Undying.
Dire's
Off
bottom
the
tower
Weaver.
lies in ruins.
And those wolves actually finished off the
Ooh,
managed
we've
to-
had a
to drop
GG
the
call.
disruptor.
Dire's top
Wow,
tower
early
is
GG
under
call, and I
attack.
think they
Radiant victory.
Ballsack Billionaires have realised that, you know, this match is a little bit out of their reach from the beginning, and they've conceded to a nice quick match. And Sexed, you know, this is the best of one. There is
Yep.
no there's no one being taken hostage. There's no you know, best of three. It's a single game. You got one game to show what you can do, and Sexed smashing it out, and they're going to be moving on to the next round.
That's right. I do think this game would have been a completely different game to watch had the Ember Spirit had the two supports with him and the Weaver had been solo. I think that would have been very interesting to watch.
Yeah, I think there might have been a little bit more kill potential and slightly more, because that magic resistance with the cloak
Yep.
would have meant, or the flame guard would have meant that the soul assumption and stuff from the Visage would have done a lot less damage.
Yeah, exactly. And the other thing is too, I don't like Weaver in a tri-lane, and I don't like Ancient Apparition in a tri-lane, because both do so much more once they get their ultis.
Even Disruptor, he's not
Yep.
that strong of a tri-lane hero.
No. So, like, if you're going to put one in a tri-lane, that's fine, but I wouldn't put both, because AA never actually got to ulti, and that could have made all the difference in some of those fights.
Yeah, nah, no worries at all. So, well, that's just one thing that they're, you know, a lesson learned, and they've paid for it. So, Sexed, moving on to round two. We'll be back with some more League of Dota coming up very, very soon. I'm Berkeley. Joining me has been Silk and Velvet, and we're going to be, we represent 4 states. We're going to be streaming on our Twitch. Whether you're watching on Dota TV or Twitch, click that little follow button, and you can stay in touch when we continue to bring you matches of League